Right now is Democratic Congressman from Illinois, Raja Krishnamoorthi, who has made it back to Capitol Hill. It's good to see you, Congressman. So the senators who negotiated this deal made clear that, in their view, and what they had negotiated, this was the only deal at hand. That holding out another week or more was not going to get a better deal for anyone's health care, and more people would be suffering in the meantime. Why is this a bad deal, then, in your view?
Well, I respectfully would strongly disagree with them in this regard, which is that I believe that Democrats were gaining in strength in terms of at the bargaining table. And the most important thing is the ACA tax credits have not been extended, and there's no assurance that it would be voted upon and then passed in both the Senate, the House, and signed into law. And so that's what we're kind of confronting right now is 22 million people are about to see their healthcare premiums soar, and 4 million of them about to lose their health insurance.
One of the senators voting for this deal was Senator Dick Durbin, the Illinois senator who's retiring, the Illinois Senate seat you are now running to win. Did Dick Durbin cut a bad deal for America?
Well, I disagree with his vote, but, you know, he's had an illustrious career of standing up for working families. I'm not going to tear him down today. But today we are in the House and we're going to vote on this deal. I'm going to be voting no. There's still time for this to get righted. I think that it's going to be on razor's edge as it normally is in the House. And so I hope that your viewers speak up and ask Democrats to stand united and also get a few Republicans to flip as well.
When you talk about getting it righted, what do you mean? Amendments or voting this down?
I'd like to see it voted down. I want it voted down, and I think we got to go back to the drawing table. Look, the ACA tax credits are about to expire, and as it is, we have 11 hospitals in Illinois that are about to close because of what the president calls the big, beautiful bill. I call it the large, lousy law. I visited these hospitals in Illinois, and they're basically saying, look, if this ACA tax credit issue is not resolved and those tax credits are not extended, it's going to put additional pressure, and maybe even more health systems may face closure as well.
Another senator who has been one of the more outspoken about wanting Democrats to hold the line in the shutdown fight has been Democratic Senator Krishnamoorthi. On Sunday night, he called, he's with you in calling, he thinks that this deal was a major mistake. But then he had an interesting comment to the New York Times overnight where he said this: there is still a net good that comes from this, he said, noting that the December vote that Senate Republicans agreed to hold on extending the Obamacare tax credits will give Democrats another opportunity to spotlight their health care message. Quote, the silver lining of that agreement is that the issue doesn't disappear, he said. So could the cave in the near term turn into an advantage for Democrats in the long term?
Well, I think that we have to put a spotlight on the harm that's going to be done if these tax credits are not extended. So to the extent that Senator Murphy is saying that this is an opportunity for us once again to kind of exert pressure on Republicans to craft a package that extends the Obamacare tax credits, the answer is yes. However, it would be better, and my constituents say it would be much better if in the deal that we are voting on today, those tax credits were extended to begin with, and the president was supportive. The president doesn't appear to be interested in strengthening Obamacare. I was here for the first 4 years of his term where he attempted to repeal it 50 times. So it's hard to believe that he is interested in strengthening it now.
Your caucus is going to gain a member today. Adelita Grijalva will be sworn in after a long day, nearly 50 days. Once sworn in, she's expected to be the decisive 218th member to support an effort that you've been involved with to force a House vote on releasing all records related to Jeffrey Epstein. This comes just as a whistleblower has come forward to Congressman Jamie Raskin to claim that Ghislaine Maxwell is receiving some wild special treatment while in prison and is in the process of asking Trump to commute her sentence. You're on House Oversight, involved in getting the information from the Justice Department to release. Have you seen this whistleblower report? Is House Oversight going to do anything about the claims being made here?
I haven't seen it. I'm not surprised in the least. Ghislaine Maxwell is a liar. She's a convicted sex trafficker. She's going to do and say anything that she can to get a commutation of her sentence or even a pardon for Donald Trump. I think this only heightens the need to get the Epstein files produced so we can see and the American people can see what's in them. I met with the survivors of this child sex trafficking ring, some of the most compelling kind of testimony I've ever heard. And for their sake, to do justice to them, we have to get to the bottom of what's happened, and we have to prevent this from ever happening again as well.
Do you think that once she's sworn in that you will get that this is going to move forward, forcing this House vote?
I definitely think that the House vote will move forward. It will pass. Of course, then it goes to the Senate. And again, we have to see, are there Republicans willing to stand up and do the right thing and support this legislation? I don't know what's going to happen in the Senate, but what I do know is it puts more pressure on the White House to compel these files, which we very much want to see.
Congressman, thanks for coming in. Appreciate the time.